Dr. Oz is running for Senate against John Fetterman, and it's an interesting race for a number of reasons, but one of them is just Dr. Oz is kind of a goof, and he spent his whole life kind of being this quack doctor, TV doctor, giving kind of weird medical advice and stuff like that, and also because John Fetterman is really cool. But Dr. Oz is another example, as we've been covering, of these candidates put up by the Republican Party who get nominated, who are not at all qualified or even someone you would think the Republican Party would go for. Dr. Oz, lifelong, Democrat, in a lot of his positions that he supported. And then we talked about previously, gosh, I'm forgetting, how could I possibly forget his name? Herschel Walker, who was a football player and clearly not mentally fit for the position, clearly very, very unstable and all of these things, not knowledgeable about a lot of these issues, but they put him up. Why? And what I said in the segment about Herschel Walker is, I don't know. I really don't get it. You can find unhinged people who are really far right, but why do they have to be obviously unqualified and obviously completely kind of caricatures of what some right-wing candidate would look like Dr. Oz? What? That's so weird. That's so out of a TV show, satirical. Anyways, so he got nominated in the Republican Party, and he's a goof, and he's being beat right now in the polls by John Fetterman. We're going to take a look at a clip here where not only is John Fetterman winning in the polls, he's also raising more money, but he doesn't take corporate PAC money. So a lot of this is small dollar donations, which is really cool, but he's still crushing Dr. Oz, who is down to take more of that corporate PAC money. So let's take a look at this clip where Lauran Ingram on Fox News asks, why are you losing in the fundraising game?
I want to talk about fundraising because Fetterman's total haul from individuals and committees, according to campaign finance reports, about $9.9 million. And you have $1.1 million, at least that's what's being reported, closing the gap a little bit. I guess you loaned your campaign some money, but he has 5 times as much cash on hand as you do. Is that correct, number one? Number two, why is that, given how important this race is for Republicans to take back the U.S. Senate? Where's the NRSC?
Well, the NRSC is getting involved. The RNC have been wonderful. The state and national parties are doing their best, but the Democrats have very cleverly taken all these issues that have come up over the summer, the Dodd decision, the concerns about guns, and they've used these as excuses to raise money.
I love that. They've used political issues to raise money for political campaigns. Yes, that's not some mysterious plot. That's what you do when the opposition party does bad things or has implemented policies that led to bad things, nominated justices that did bad things. It's reasonable to fundraise off of that.
From the Democratic loyalists. And interestingly, when Republicans get mad, we go out and mow the lawn. Democrats, when they get mad, donate money to their party. So I urge everyone, go to droz.com and consider support.
Okay. As you can see there, videos of John Fetterman being awesome, wearing shorts and a hoodie. First of all, I love that. It's not some characteristical thing that Republicans, when they get politically angry, go and put it into their life, whereas Democrats fundraise or donate to campaigns. Buddy, tons of Republicans are amazing fundraisers. Donald Trump raised exorbitant amounts of money from people who should be also donating to you. Maybe they just don't like you, brother. Maybe that's why. Maybe they see a quack doctor who doesn't even have any connection to the state that he's running in and is a multimillionaire, does not care about the issues that people in Pennsylvania are dealing with, and is completely a goof publicly, and they don't really feel motivated to donate to you. Maybe that's why. I don't think it has to do with Republicans mowing the lawn more and Democrats, putting their anger into donations. Because, like I said, tons of conservatives are great at fundraising, even through small dollar donations. A great example is Donald Trump. You're not following suit, which to me shows you're just not that beloved among Republicans. So, as I said, John Fetterman is winning in the polls right now, which is good news. It's crazy though, because one of the things that Dr. Oz keeps going after him for is being out of the public eye or, hiding away over the last couple of months. There's a reason for that. He had a stroke 2 days before the primary, and he still won the primary. You kind of have to take a load off after you have a stroke. That's what the doctor will order. You should know that, Dr. Oz. And so he's been, not campaigning super hard because he just had a stroke and needs to recover, and yet he's still winning in the polls. Love it. So looking at a USA Today network and Suffolk University poll in Pennsylvania released this week suggests a clear U.S. Senate frontrunner with a tight race for governor. According to this poll, Democrat John Fetterman holds a 9-point lead over Republican Mehmet Oz in Pennsylvania's closely watched U.S. Senate race. The two are seeking to fill the seat being vacated by Republican U.S. Senator Pat Toomey. So a 9-point lead, which is pretty good in a race that is this followed and is garnering a lot of national attention, which means you should see a lot of support from like the party infrastructure and from Republicans across the country in the example of Mehmet Oz. But he's not getting that to the extent that he would need to close that gap. And so also Pennsylvania is kind of a swing state. So it's not like a given that the Democrats going to do really well, but John Fetterman is really popular in Pennsylvania. He has a history of working for working people. And I think he's a really good progressive, but has a really cool aesthetic of, you know, big guy who wears super casual clothing and just resonates, I think, with more people than Dr. Oz resonates with, we'll say. So interesting race, and I'm glad to see that Dr. Oz is losing both in the polls and in the fundraising game, and we will continue to be watching it very closely.